Hey, happy Friday. Congratulations. You made it to the end of the work week and almost to the weekend. Okay, we have a warm up this weekend. That is great news for many. But today we're talking about winter storms from coast to coast. So out to the west, this is the final round, the last push of wet weather fueled by an atmospheric river out to the west. I felt like whenever I was writing the final round, it was like almost giving boxing today. I don't know about you, but I've been thinking about the Mike Tyson fight from last weekend. And if you are just like us here at Hail Trace and you watched it with your friends or your family, head over to our Facebook or Instagram pages. And we actually posted a very funny meme of Mike Tyson on there. You have to watch to the very end. It's very funny. Okay, let's get to the next headline here. Snow into the Appalachians. So heading out to the East Coast now, we have a winter storm warning issued from New York all the way down to West Virginia, mainly in the upper elevations. And as I mentioned, we are warmer for the weekend. So temperatures are temporarily rising as we head into the weekend, making it absolutely perfect for that OU game on Saturday. Very excited for that OU Alabama game. There's some of that snow that's moving into places like Pennsylvania and New York over the next few days. Okay, we're going to, there you go. You can see all of that wet weather up in our New England states from yesterday. Over the last 24 hours, we've had just tons of rain farther up into northern California and then even into portions of Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. And this causing some flooding issues and some visibility issues where this may not be rain, but rather snow. So where are those cooler temperatures? We're actually seeing a little bit of a warm up out to the west, not necessarily right along the west coast, but if you go a bit inland, that is where you're seeing your temporary warm up. Head farther to the east and through the northern plains and then all the way out to the Midwest, to the East Coast, you're seeing those temperatures drop. Okay, these aren't the temperatures. This is how much below or above normal are we seeing. So temperatures are about 10 to 15 degrees below normal for a lot of our Midwest states here. Here's your actual temperatures. Temperatures are in the 50s and 60s here in Oklahoma. It's really nice right now. We've got that warm front just out to the west, and then we've got a boundary farther back to the west into New Mexico and Colorado. We have, there's your snow anywhere from New York to Pennsylvania. You're going to see some of these showers and storms coming off of the Great Lakes here, bringing in a lot of wet weather over the next day or two. We're a lot drier farther down to the south and east. There's all of your winter weather and your wet weather out to the west. This is what we've been watching the last few days. We've got that bomb cyclone out to the west that we've been talking about. It's actually weakening and moving up to the north. And then we've got that atmospheric river bringing all of that moisture in out to the west. Denver, Albuquerque, Salt Lake City, Las Vegas, dry with those temperatures warming up just a bit. We're in the mid 50s here in Denver. 54 here in Oklahoma City, a little bit cooler as you head to the north, 42 in Kansas City, and then we're in the 30s farther up into our northern states. It's a gorgeous day down in Texas and Houston as those temperatures are a little bit warmer in the 60s and 70s. But overall, we're seeing that fall-like weather. Let's start out to the west, then we'll move to the east, and I'll show you exactly what we're watching for over the next few days and even into your Thanksgiving work week. I see that we've got a few people commenting on here. This one's from YouTube saying hello. As always, if you have questions or comments about the weather, feel free to put it in the chat. I can see that on screen and I'll be able to answer those questions as we go along the forecast. Alrighty. All of this rain coming into San Francisco continues today. We're going to see some snow mixing in into the upper elevations. There's your cyclone that we have been watching coming very, very close to Washington. However, just missing it, moving up to the north, and we're actually going to see a second push as we head into next week, bringing us more rain and snow. But let's focus on what we've got right now. There's your snow in the upper elevations continuing through the overnight hours tonight. shifting that flood risk that I'll show you in just a minute from this side of the mountains, the west side of the mountains, to the east side of the mountains, and you'll see that flood risk shift over just a bit. There's your flood risk. There you go. You're going to see that shift over the next day. It's today a level 3 hazard. That means we're still watching for flooding, landslides, and low visibility in the upper elevations. But tomorrow, that risk is going to go down to a level 1, and it's going to move a little bit farther to the east. Taking a look at those 5-day rain chances. Still, over the next 5 days, we're really watching for the west coast for the best chances for rain. Now, out to the east, we've also got some wet and winter weather that's going to give us some really good rainfall totals. Right in the center of the U.S., it's pretty dry, okay? And actually, conditions are pretty nice right through the plains and right along the Mississippi River. Temperatures are not terribly bad, not terribly cold in this area, and we've got a lot of sunshine over the next few days. Out to the west is where we're going to focus. That rain continuing today, letting up a little on Saturday, but then really seeing some drier conditions by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Now heading off to the east, okay? You can see all of that snow coming in anywhere from New York all the way down to West Virginia. We actually do have a lot of winter weather alerts in these areas. Winter storm warnings are in effect right in this area as well, mainly through the upper elevations where they're going to get higher snowfall totals. But blizzard and low visibility conditions, where we see snow blowing across the road, making it very difficult to see the road in front of us, that can happen with just a little bit of snow. We don't have to have a lot of snow or really impressive snowfall totals to get those blizzard-like conditions. So make sure that if you're in this area, you are checking the weather before you head out the door to make sure that you are not going into any of those blowing snow, low visibility areas. So it's going to be a mix of rain and snow depending on where you're at. The closer to lower elevations you are, the more likely you are to get rain. Those upper elevations, you can start to see into the Appalachians now, we will see more snowfall. Here's your snowfall accumulations over the next 5 days. Obviously, as we mentioned earlier, the mountains are going to get some pretty good snow. We're also going to start to see some snow moving in this weekend into some of our northern communities like Montana, North Dakota, and some of our Midwest states as well. I'll show you that in just a minute. Here's the East Coast for all of that snow. Some of these places, mainly out in New York and then down in West Virginia. So we're watching for 2 areas here for the greatest snowfall totals. So that one area in New York, that second area in the northern side of West Virginia. I think we go back, there you go. Now we're going back to the center of the U.S. where temperatures as we get into next week are going to plummet. Way below average for this time of the year in North and South Dakota and even into Minnesota and Wisconsin. And some of these areas are going to see some snow as well. As we go into next week, so we're at Monday at this point, a lot of this snowfall starts to dip down to the south, and even places like Denver will be getting snow into the Thanksgiving work week, okay? So if you are traveling early for Thanksgiving, watch your flight status because we may have some flight issues in Denver, in Rapid City, even as far north or as far south as places like Minneapolis, Bismarck, Billings may have some issues because of this snow that's moving in for your Thanksgiving weekend. You know who's not getting snow? Oklahoma. Now, I know that's disappointing for some, very exciting for others because we have the OU Alabama game on Saturday. Hail Trace has a tailgate, Hail Trace and Beacon tailgate. This is the last one of the season, so we want you to come watch the game with us. Come beforehand, come early, say hello, get some food. We have food and drinks starting at 3:30. We can watch the games that are on earlier in the day. We have a really big TV set up in the tailgate. The game starts at 6:30. It's actually going to be gorgeous weather for the game. Oh, let me tell you where that tailgate is. It's gate 1, it's a tent 112 across from gate 12. It's really easy to remember, just south of Heisman Park. Okay, here's your forecast. I mentioned it's going to be gorgeous weather. Temperatures are going to top out in the mid-60s during the day Saturday. 62 by kickoff, 58 at halftime. The low on Saturday night into Sunday morning is in the low 50s. So we're not going to get too cold, even as you're walking back to your car from the game. So what's the call on the field? The weather? It's good. It is a great weather fall football day. And I see we have Tommy in here saying Roll Tide. You know, we say Boomer Sooner here in Oklahoma, but I'll take it. I like the rivalry. I like it. Alrighty, temperatures are in the 50s on Friday, 55 in Dallas this afternoon. It's a nice fall day across the southern portion of the U.S., little bit cooler the farther north you head. I did mention that these states, Montana, North, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, you guys are staying below average over the next few days. You're going to want that big coat as we head into next week. But the farther south you go, temperatures are warming up. Saturday looks great. Sunday looks even better. 71 in Oklahoma City, 62 for a high in St. Louis on Sunday afternoon. We've got the 60s all the way down to the south. This works out great for our family Thanksgiving because we are doing Thanksgiving on Sunday, and we are so excited that the weather's going to be nice. Maybe we can sit outside for a little bit. I see on here, favorite team is the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle looking pretty cold this weekend. I don't know when the game is, but you're definitely going to have to bring your jacket if you are headed to that game. Speaking of the cold, it's going to stick around, okay? This is later next week. So this is, I think Thanksgiving is the 28th. I may be wrong about that. A week from yesterday, all the way to the 31st. What we're watching for here is temperatures staying below average, as I mentioned, up in the northern portion of the U.S. So we're talking Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota once again. Those temperatures way below average. You're going to get some winds in here occasionally as well, and the feel-like temperature, the wind chill, it's going to be very, very cold. So make sure that you are prepared for those extreme cold temperatures. Even into Oklahoma, we've got a front coming through around Thanksgiving, and this is going to drop our temperatures on Thanksgiving as well. Most of the U.S. seeing that cool down. So as I put in the description for the show today, it's a temporary warm-up. It's a warm-up this weekend. It's a cool down next week. I could even say it's not just cool, it's cold weather at this point, right? What about that rain chance? Well, we are seeing extended rainfall totals to be above average. So in some places in here, this is going to be snow. Go up to South Dakota, this is snow. You head a little bit farther down to the south, most likely rain. Most likely seeing some rain also out in Tennessee, all the way to Kentucky as well as we head into the end of the into the month here. Thanksgiving forecast. Heavy rain, as I mentioned, out to the east in places like Tennessee and Kentucky. We've talked about that snow farther off to the east as well. Snow and cold temperatures up in our northern states. Heavy snow anywhere from Colorado. We were just talking about those Denver delays. We could see delays in Denver, whether you're on the road or you're flying, because of this snow that's coming in. And then we've also got the potential for snow up in our upper elevations, anywhere from Portland all the way down to California. But I'm not terribly worried about this. This is going to be like your mountainous regions, your big cities will probably not be too impacted by this. All right, and thanks for watching today. We appreciate you hopping on for your forecast on this Friday afternoon. As always, give us a follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. We always are posting about the weather, or of course, the Mike Tyson fight. If you go back on our social medias, you'll find a very funny meme that we posted yesterday. Either way, we are always posting about the weather. We're keeping you updated on things. So give us a call if you are interested in a wind, hail, or tornado map. Hail Trace is a weather technology company. We map different characteristics about a storm, including hail, wind, and tornadoes. Give us a call if you're interested in that, or send us an email at info@hailtrace.com. You can also head over to our website, hailtrace.com, for more information. All right, have a fantastic Friday. We'll see you back here, same time, same place on Monday.